Hi and welcome to another AI Sensei tutorial video. Today I want to show you how to use our new training mode. By reviewing your games with an AI, you can learn a lot of new moves and ideas. However, to have a lasting impact on your Go, you actually need to be able to remember what you've learned. That's where training mode comes into play. Training mode, like quiz mode, allows you to convert your mistakes into Go problems. But in addition, it also features a so-called spaced repetition system, where problems you struggle with show up way more often than the ones you find easy. Okay, let's see it in action. I will show you a practice session with my own problems. First we click on that jumping library icon. When it jumps, it means there is a new problem to solve. And just start the training. I think I should have played here. Next, yeah, that was correct. I should defend on the outside. Oh, this I remember. I would never find this move. As you can see, I'm quite familiar with these problems already. This one I didn't get correct so often. There was some move in the center, like maybe this one? Yeah. And as you see, the color of the problem changed. So the color codes how often you already solved it. So it starts with yellow without any bars. This will be repeated immediately. Each time you solve it, the level goes up one. Level 1 will be in an hour. Then tomorrow, then it will become orange. It's like the colors in judo or karate. So it's yellow, orange, green, then blue. And the higher you go up in a level, the less often you have to solve it. So you see it's already in 112 days. So the system assumes you really remember this well for now. Okay, let's set it to where it's supposed to be. I think it's the first orange one. And we go to the next problem. I think I should have ignored this Atari and also played a move in the center. Maybe this one? That's this. When you do something wrong, it will show you a hint, like that the correct move is in this square. And if you're wrong again, it will narrow it down even more. But actually I remember it was here. Also, if you don't want to click on next problem yourself all the time, you can actually set that to do it automatically. Like for now I will do it after 3 seconds, so you can still see what's going on. I think I should have played here. And here. To show you something more, you can skip a certain problem by this button, or you can even jump ahead to the next game. If you don't want to repeat a certain game, you can also go back. So after each game you get some sort of trophy, depending on how many problems you got correct. But of course with only 2 problems it's not that hard. But if you have more, it can be quite an interesting feedback. There's also a trial board, so you can see yourself what would happen in a certain situation. Experiment with that. You can delete the problem, and if you accidentally do that, you can click on add again and it will be restored in the state it was in. Like you keep your level. Also you could even delete all the problems from a certain game if you like to, but we don't want to do that. You can also click on this link. That will jump to the review of this game, so if you want to analyze it more deeply and see all the AI variations. Let me show you the training page in more details. So here it shows for each game how many problems there are, not in total, but that are due right now to practice. And it also shows you all the levels you have. So there are 5 problems of level, we call it fresh 3, so you did it 2 times correct. Fresh 1 is just the empty one, and then there's some orange ones and some green ones. I don't have blue ones yet. And here it shows you the schedule, like how many new problems will be due at what day, so you can know when to come back and practice again. Okay, great. That's how the practice looks. Now I will show you how to add new problems to the library. So So I go to my game list. Now for each game I can already see what problems are in there, so I have some idea where there's potential to add new problems. Let's take for example this old game. Looks like there were quite a few big problems here. So I go to some problem. Maybe I should show only my mistakes. I'm white. And sort them by game order. So this was the first big mistake. That's fair. If I want to learn this move, I click on Add Problem. So it will automatically add move A as the correct move. You can also use the dot button as it shows in the tooltip. So I press dot and it automatically added the move. You can also add moves from variations. That's sometimes useful, either if you want to remember a follow-up move that you should have played 3 here. I could make a problem from move 3 if I wanted to. And you can also use that feature to select another move. So if I want to remember move B instead, which is also a fine move, I can add a problem from here and it will ask me, oh, but you already specified A as a solution, should I replace it with B? And I click replace. So now this will be the correct move. Yeah, you can also add problems from the quiz mode. Let's say I want to do only my mistakes here. Yeah, it's already added, so I can now only remove it. This way I can quickly add problems. How to play only one move free. Interesting. Yeah, that's that as well. Also, you can bulk add many problems. Like it's similar to the start quiz dialog, so you can select which problems to use. It should avoid repeating the same move all the time. It will end up with 8 new problems. So we try that. And afterwards we can see that from this game there's 30 new problems. It will show up at the bottom of the list because it sorts the games by putting the last game you played first. And that's really an old game. But I can quickly jump ahead and start reviewing these problems. How to play? Oh yeah, this one, right? And here I think we chose move B, which was this one. It's accepted as the correct solution. Okay, great. I think now you know all to use training mode in practice. I recommend that you add at least like 5 problems for each game you played. Try to focus on the big errors or even the game deciding ones, and also on the mistakes that you can understand that are about shape or about direction. Because there's not so much you can learn from a super complicated life and death position where you will never see the position again and you're not able to read it out yourself anyways. So really try to focus on the simpler problems. I think it's best if you go through the game in a detailed review and then select all the problems that you think you can learn from. But of course, if you don't have the time, you can still use the bulk add feature to just select the 5 or 10 biggest mistakes you made in the game. And then later, if you think that one problem is not a good problem because it's about a difficult reading situation or where you don't understand the correct move anyways, you can still remove it later. Also, sometimes it might be a good idea to focus on like the opening or end game of a game. For example, you could also just add the first 50 moves of a professional game, each single move as a problem, and it might help you practice your opening. I'm curious how you use training mode, so please try it out, write in the comments or give us some feedback. And also, of course, like always, you can tell us what we should add or improve or change in the future. That's it for now. Have a Merry Christmas and be safe.